All right, take two here on small project day. It's the next day. Today I ran some errands. I got the antifreeze to winterize the sprayers. There's 11 gallons here. Local Tractor Supply. These were 2 for $5, so $2.50 a gallon. I got 10 gallons to go in the. I have to do the Demco sprayer. I have to do a better job winterizing it than I did last year, because last year it froze. I have to try to get the water out of it a little bit better. I need 2 gallons to winterize my little 50-gallon Demco. I have to winterize the foam marker, and that should be good. So I have 10 gallons here. I have 2 gallons over there, and a little bit left up there for the foam marker. I should have enough. We're not supposed to get a frost here. I don't see anytime soon. We're going to be going back up into the mid-70s, but at least it's here. I don't have to run for it if the weather forecast changes all of a sudden and we're going to have a frost. Now, granted, in the shed, it's not going to freeze right away, but I don't know what's going to be happening around that time. We might be in the middle of harvest, and even though I don't harvest or have a combine, I want to be there for every second of it because I want to see where the good spots and bad spots are in the field. I want to see yields. I want to be there seeing how many trucks. I just have to be there if I'm gonna, whether I'm harvesting or not, I want to see what's going on. So it's here. I don't have to go anywhere. It was on sale, so we got it. All right, so I got to reshoot this. I did a video on this subject already, but for some reason I decided to delete it, and I don't have it anymore. Okay, I did make a trip to my local Home Depot here, and in this bag I got some LED light bulbs. What I had said in my previous attempt to make this video, this winter after harvest, I want to work in here and get ready for cattle. I'm thinking maybe spring, possibly. I'm not going to get any cattle for over the winter because I do not have the water situation figured out yet. I can get water in here, but I have no way to keep it from freezing just yet. I'm going to think about that over the winter, get things ready. Next year, we'll have a whole season that it won't freeze, that I can figure this water situation out. But for the time being, I want to get this barn cleaned up and organized, straightened out, fix some of the structural problems. I want to be in here over the winter. It's a nice place to work. Just get things clean and organized and get ready for cattle. So I pay the electric here on the farm, even though I'm a tenant, but the electric isn't included. I pay the electric. So the more electricity I use, the higher my bill. So the previous house that I lived in here on the property had electric heat, and I had terrible electric bills. And now I moved into the other house. That house has oil heat, so now I have an electric bill and a high oil bill. So anyway, long story short, these are all 60-watt incandescent light bulbs in here, and they will use electricity, so I did get some LEDs. Now, let me talk about these LEDs a little bit. All right, so anybody that shops at Home Depot, you know this is their budget line, their cheapest light bulbs that they have in the LEDs. I don't really want to pay for high-quality light bulbs here in the barn. It's not necessary. And I bought, when LEDs first came out, I was living in a house with electric heat. My electric bill was terrible, so I invested in LEDs for the whole house. And it did cut it down a little bit, considering I do have some outdoor lights that run all the time. But anyway, I did buy some name brand light bulbs. I bought some like GE and Sylvania, all the name brands, and didn't buy the cheap ones. Well, I bought some cheap ones a little bit later on, and those were from Lowe's, and they've been in just as long as the name brands, and they're just as good. There's no problem there. So they're both still working. This is like 4 or 5 years ago, so after 5 years, still good to go. So just buying the cheap ones. I don't like the coily ones. I would never buy them. They're more of a hazard than anything, so these should be good. So I want to change. I only got 8 bulbs. There's way more than 8 bulbs in here, and I want to space them out so I can see they're only 40 watt. I could have got the 60 watt, but there's so many of them that I think 40 watts will be plenty. So let me do some of these and show you the results. Yeah, and some of these are 75 to 100 watt bulbs, so no good. All right, so these are 40 watt replacement, but they only use 5.7 watts. All 8 of these, if I did my math right, 8 of them is only going to use 45 watts when they're all on. So I've already, just by removing this 175 watt light bulb, cut the wattage down pretty significant, and that's 8 of these. So I don't know how much light it's going to throw. I'm going to have to wait till dark, but let me replace some more of these. All right, I've used up all 8 of them, and I started here in the center alley. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5. There's 5 lights in the center alley. I put 5 of them there. 1 right inside the door. That's usually a dark spot. 6. 1 over here, 7. And down in there somewhere, I stuck another one, 8. There are plenty more places to put light bulbs, and I'm gonna add up all of the wattage, what was there versus what I'm gonna put here. I will be getting some more. I just want to see how these 40 watt, I know they're only 40 watt, they're natural daylight. I do like that color in the barn, so I'm gonna have to wait till dark. So maybe I'll wait till dark, come down here, flip them on for you guys, but for the time being, let's just turn them on and make sure they work. All right, so you can see the difference here between the incandescent right there. That's like probably a 40 or 60 watt incandescent, and then the LEDs. You see the natural daylight color. There's still an incandescent. I have to change some more of these. I'm not going to have them all burning at the same time. We got the 4 in the center alley. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 over. So now I can see where I put them. And this one's not on, and I don't know. There is a pull chain on it. Hold your breath. All right, so that one doesn't work, so we can remove that and put it somewhere else. All right, that'll work. I'll put one on each end of this feed alley for now. There is one in the middle that needs one yet, so at least we have both ends of this lit up. Center alley's lit up. Let's come over here. So we got 4 in the center, 2 there, and 2 there. I might move that one out to this end. We'll see. I'm going to get more of them. And then if you'll take notice out here, these were already changed to LEDs because I was cleaning this up the one last year, I guess, or 2 years ago in the winter time. So I wanted to have some light. So I turned all the lights off except for these. Now these are the cheaper ones from Lowe's. These aren't the natural daylight. And I like these natural daylight ones. So let me count how many I need to buy yet. And we'll figure out what wattage was being used versus what is being used now. All right, if I did the math right, I need about 6 more. I need 6 more. So I'll have to get 2 more packs of these. So 6 more would make 14 all total. So I'll have 14 LED lights here in the barn at 5.7 watts. That comes out to 79, somewhere around 79 watts of electricity. So I removed a 75 watt light bulb. So basically that light bulb and a little bit of another one. So 14 lights versus 1 and an eighth, something like that. I don't need to be exact. So that's pretty darn good. Now, let me figure out how many fixtures again. 14 times, hold on, I'll come back with you. All right, so the 75 watt bulbs that were in, they weren't all 75 watts, but most of them were. So you do the math, 14 times 75, you're gonna come out to be using over 1,000 watts. So we cut down from over 1,000 watts of electricity to have light in here down to 79. At 79 watts, I'm not afraid to put every single bulb in and just let it light in here over the winter. I'll have them all on, and that's not a whole lot. That's one, that's just about 1 light bulb burning, so definitely a good upgrade here. I do like the natural daylight. I don't like the soft, it just throws more light in a dark building like a barn, I think. I don't like that incandescent. I always did like the fluorescent light more than the white light. In our shop where I used to work, we always had the those they weren't mercury vapor, the nice white light. I think that was what it was. I think they were the high pressure sodium light, which was that yellow light. And that yellow light, they both are going to throw shadows, but it seems like that yellow light, the shadows are more noticeable versus the whiter light. I don't know. I might be seeing things. I don't know, but here it is. So I do need to get 2 more packs. So next time I'm out, I'm going to get the same kind, the same brand. All right, it's not dark, as in there's still a little bit of daylight, but it's dark enough in here that I think we can see what these lights are going to do. So let me flip them on and show you the result. Okay, see what we got here. Oh yeah. I tell you, even for just being 40 watts, I can only imagine how nice the 60 would be. This is going to be pretty nice. We still have one missing there, and back in there it's all dark. There's still an incandescent here or there still in the line here, so we're gonna definitely replace them, but this will be bright enough. For 79 watts, we're not gonna get too excited. So if there's any spot that I really want to make bright, I suppose I could get a 60 watt. But you can see we've got the center alley, the 4 in the middle, and the 2 there. We'll have 1 in the middle there, and it looks like 1 or 2 out there, and then that whole row. So yeah, that's going to be bright enough. I'm happy with that. So, and the cost, I think it was $15 for those 8 bulbs, so it'll be another 15 because I need some more, and we'll be at 30 bucks. So for $30, over time it pays for itself, of course. The bulbs I put in my houses are 4 years. Like I said, they're about 4 years now, and I'm sure by now, after 4 years, they have paid for themselves. So all right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll end the video there. I will see you guys maybe tomorrow.